That traps. He can use his legs to move around a little bit and wait for the right spot, the right entry point to come in with a dangerous guy. He can do it all, and he can figure it out on the fly with the cerebral.
He can set traps, he can use his legs to move around a little bit and wait for the right spot, the right entry point to come in with a dangerous guy. He can do it all, and he can figure it out on the fly with the cerebral PWN. Tank Davis has once again stirred up the boxing world, and this time it's not because of a fight recently. Tank shared some videos where he looks incredibly fit, muscles, defined broad shoulders, and no sign of off-season softness in sight. Belts, no money or nothing, just put them in front of me and I show you that I'm better than that. His sheer physical condition is compelling professionals to talk, and they might even be reaching the conclusion that this fight could be much harder for Roach. But again, they pick and choose, so it is what it is, and again the media like to hate him too, so you know I am going to catch a lot of that backlash too. But I mean, it is I ain't really stunning that too much. I'm not worried about narrative, I'm worried about what I do in the ring. Initially this fight was scheduled for December 14th in Houston, Texas, but due to some scheduling issues it had to be postponed. Now it's set to take place at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. However, one thing hasn't changed: boxing experts' doubts. Does Roach really stand a chance against Tank Davis? People, so get ready for 2 fights. But yes, and after I beat him the second time I probably would ask the WBA to let me go up the 140, and fight fans are excited to see this matchup, but professionals are quite surprised. They're watching Tank's videos and wondering if Roach truly knows what he's up against. Fight night is still 3 months away, but Tank already looks like he could step into the ring tomorrow. Recent videos of his appearances showcase his focus and power: strong shoulders, ripped arms, and a completely ready frame. Champion Shawn Porter showed no hesitation after watching the videos. This isn't just being good shape, this is the kind of shape that says I'm coming for the knockout, Porter said without saying a word. Tank is sending a message, and it's not just Porter, others are taking notice as well. Eddie Atlas, known for his blunt and non-nonsense takes, also chimed in with a warning: this is a guy who always stays dangerous. You don't want to be the one facing Tank when he's this dialed in. Lamont Roach better have a solid plan, or maybe start considering his options, because even among fans the talk is all about how sharp Tank looks. Social media exploded with comments like "Roach is in trouble" and "Tank is already in fight shape." While fans are excited, experts remain cautious. This isn't just a physical mismatch, it's a mental one as well. The consensus among boxing fans is clear: Lamont Roach has guts, but guts alone don't win fights, especially not against someone like Gervonta Davis. You know, a lot of times at the beginning people thought he was just a sick of destroy missile. They thought he was just the guy that got to you, and they thought that he would get over anxious. He don't get over anxious, he takes his time, he slowly crosses closes those gaps. You know, in Roach is no slouch, he's a skilled technical fighter with solid defense and a strong chin. However, even his biggest supporters can't ignore the glaring gap in experience and fight firepower. Take what Eddie Hearn had to say: look, Lamont's a good fighter, no question, but Tank is on another level. This isn't a step up for Roach, it's a leap. And that's where the danger lies. It's not just Hearn sounding the alarm. Hall of Famer Bernard Hopkins put it even more bluntly: there's no shame in admitting you're not ready. Tank isn't just a big puncher, he's smart, calculated, and ruthless. This isn't the kind of fight you take unless you're 100% sure you can win. Roach might not even make it out of the first half of the fight. I'm not looking at Lamont the way that everybody else look at Lamont, like I know Lamont is a really good fighter. I'm not. This ain't no Frank Martin. That's all I'm say. Yeah, it's a real good fight for Lamont Roach. The stakes couldn't be higher. A win against Davis would catapult him to instant stardom, but a loss, especially a brutal one, could derail his career in a way that's difficult to bounce back from. It's the kind of risk that even seasoned veterans are shaking their heads at. What makes Gervonta Davis so dangerous isn't just his punching power, though that's undoubtedly a key factor. It's the way he combines that power with precision, patience, and fight IQ. Tank doesn't just throw bombs, he sets traps, reads his opponents, and strikes with devastating accuracy. My whole family is from DC. My whole family, like my entire family. Don't bring them, I'm telling you. They going to celebrate with me, you hear me? Don't bring them, it's going to be a party on your I'm going. Let former heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis broke it down: Tank isn't just a puncher, he's a finisher. When he Smells blood. It's over. Roach will need to be flawless for every second of every round just to survive, and even that's an almost impossible task against someone like Davis. This is where the real concern arises for Lamont Roach. While he's a solid fighter, his style doesn't necessarily match up well against Davis. Roach tends to rely on his defense and counter-punching, but against someone like Tank who can cut off the ring and force exchanges, that strategy might not hold up. That who I fight when they start talking, that's when y'all get dumped. I'ma beat his ass, __. For real, so y'all better be quiet. The change in venue adds an extra layer of intrigue to this fight. Moving from the Toyota Center in Houston to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn brings a different kind of energy. The Barclays Center is renowned for hosting electrifying boxing nights, and the New York crowd is known for being loud, passionate, and unapologetically honest. Veteran trainer Joe Goosen sees this as another advantage for Davis. The atmosphere at the Barclays can be overwhelming for those who aren't accustomed to it. Tank has been here before and knows how to thrive off that energy. For Roach, stepping into unfamiliar territory matters. The pressure will be immense. He's not just fighting Tank but also the crowd, the lights, and the weight of expectations. For a fighter with less experience on this stage, that's a lot to handle. I'm going beat his applause. As the question on everyone's mind isn't whether Tank is ready, he clearly is. The real question is whether Roach should even be taking this fight at all. Many boxing insiders believe Roach has the talent to become a world champion someday, but they aren't convinced this is the right fight at the right time. Andre Ward, who knows a thing or two about timing and boxing, summed it up: there's nothing wrong with taking your time and building up to a fight like this, but once you're in there with someone like Tank, there's no going back. Roach has to be absolutely sure this is the right move for him. Even Timothy Bradley, known for his toughness and infrequent battles with Tank, expressed doubts. Tank is a fighter who can dismantle your confidence before you even realize it. Roach has heart, but sometimes heart alone isn't enough. He's walking into a fight that could end badly for him. What do you think of the announcement of the Gervonta Davis-Roach fight? I think that he's had a lot of criticism, but it's not a bad fight. Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people are aware of who he is or his ability, but he can fight despite all the warnings. One thing is certain, this fight has everyone talking. The contrast in styles, the high stakes for both fighters, and Tank's incredible shape have created a buzz that's impossible to ignore. Whether Roach can rise to the challenge, or if Davis will deliver another highlight knockout. March 1st is shaping up to be a night of drama and action for Gervonta Davis. This fight is a chance to remind the world why he's one of the most feared fighters in boxing. Got for a Tank twice. I lost both times. The first one was a little no, both they on YouTube. You can go watch them. Yeah, I got you. First one's a little fishy. The first one, I F him. For Lamont Roach, it's an opportunity to shock the world and prove the doubters wrong. But if the pros are right, and they often are, this could be one of the most dangerous nights of Roach's career. Tank also made headlines recently during the kickoff presser for his upcoming fight against Lamont Roach. The undefeated lightweight champion dropped a bombshell. 2024 will be his final year in the ring, with plans to fight 3 more times before retiring. Davis says he's ready to step away from boxing to focus on family and building his real estate portfolio. Wish list 3 names that you want 2025. I won't stay, I won't stay, I won't say I won't. Street all right. Who this announcement has sparked a wave of reactions across the boxing community. While some fans and insiders view it as a smart move to protect his health and legacy, others are questioning whether Tank is exiting the game too soon, potentially leaving money and unification fights on the table. Legendary fighter Bernard Hopkins took a deeper dive into this, but with a different perspective. The Hall of Famer has thrown his full support behind David, praising the undefeated southpaw as a generational talent who has already accomplished enough to earn a spot among boxing's greats. Still, even Hopkins couldn't help but wonder if this decision is truly final, or if the allure of the ring might pull Tank back in. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds, but I'm always looking for a knockout. And if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off. With an undefeated record of 30 wins, 28 knockouts, and titles across 3 weight classes, Davis has built a resume that many fighters can only dream of. His star power